G'day there guitar players, my name's Michael and welcome to this very special video on learning and memorizing the fretboard. As a guitar teacher for the last 18 years, I cannot stress enough the importance of learning the fretboard because it really is the key to unlocking this instrument. And beginners basically repeat information, they copy things. But when you start going into intermediate guitar territory and of course down the path of advanced guitar playing, you need to understand the fretboard and how it connects to the theory so you can start capturing what's in your head and bringing it to life on this wonderful instrument here. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 principles behind fretboard memorization along with the best exercise to get you started learning the fretboard. Let's dive into principle 1, which is the musical alphabet. Now the musical alphabet is made up of 7 notes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. After G, it goes back to A and it starts again. This is handy because on our instrument, every single string starts at a note and proceeds sequentially through the alphabet. So if I have the E string, it goes E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. If I have the B string, it starts on a B note and goes B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So while each string is tuned to a different pitch, we always progress sequentially through the same order of notes, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Now in the previous principle, you may have noticed that sometimes I skipped a fret and sometimes the notes were immediately next to each other. How are we to know which one is which? That's where principle 2 comes into it. If I'm playing through the notes, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, you'll notice that certain notes, E and F, are together along with B and C. These are what I call the buddy notes. They are always paired together and it doesn't matter what string we're on. Every time we have an E note, F is going to be right next to it. Every time we have a B note, C is going to be right next to it. And it doesn't matter what string we're on or which particular starting fret, those 2 notes are always going to be next to each other. And every other note has a 1 fret gap. I like to say the phrase, bacon and eggs, B for bacon, E for eggs, for our buddy notes, B to C and E to F. And as we said, every other note has a 1 fret gap. If you know what sharp notes or flat notes are, they are the notes that are going to be found in between. But it is much easier to learn and memorize 7 notes and then plus or minus for a sharp or a flat than it is to go out and try and memorize 12 different notes. So we'll come back to that in another video. But for now, we're going to put principle 2 into action and go through string number 1 again. So I have E at fret 0, F at fret 1, because they're buddy notes. I'm just going to skip to G. I'm going to skip to A, which is the start of the musical alphabet again after G. I'm going to skip to B. I've got a buddy note with C. I'm going to skip to D, and I'm going to skip to E. Now, hopefully you noticed that I started on an E note, and I finished on an E note at fret 12. That brings us to principle number 3, is that the same note repeats every 12 frets. So if E is 0, fret 12 is also going to be E. If B is 0, fret 12 on the second string will also be B. If F is fret 1, 12 frets higher is fret 13. Fret 13 should also be an F note. Now I recommend that all the exercises we do in the beginning are from fret 1 through to fret 12, including the open string as well. We don't need to go past fret number 12. But you now have everything you need to memorize the fretboard. So I'm going to give you the basic exercise. So the best way you can learn and memorize the fretboard is to do what we've just done. We're going to go through each string sequentially, saying the notes and their fret numbers out loud. On string number 1, we start with E, and we go. E is 0, F is 1, G is 3, A is 5, B is 7, C is 8, D is 10, and E is 12. And you're going to do that 2 more times. Once you've done that 3 times, you then do it backwards. E is 12, D is 10, C is 8, B is 7, A is 5, G is 3, F is 1, E is 0. Now you might feel kind of silly saying the notes and fret numbers out loud, but by doing so, you're actually involving extra parts on your brain, you're connecting different neurons, and you're going to have a much easier time of memorizing things. So the action steps from here is basically you're going to do each string 3 times forwards and at least 1 time backwards. If you're new to guitar, you might want to do 1 string a week, and over 6 weeks you'll memorize the entire fretboard. If you're an intermediate player and you can handle a bigger workload, what you can do is 1 string a day for the next 6 days, and then by the end of the week you've memorized the fretboard. If you're an advanced player, you can dive right into doing all 6 strings in a single go. The concept isn't that difficult. The main thing is the repetition. You just do this exercise daily in a couple of days, maximum couple of weeks, you will memorize the entire fretboard, or at least the locations of all the natural notes. Now, if you found that helpful, please like and subscribe. Not only does it let me know to keep making content that you enjoy, but it's also going to keep you up to date with the additional videos. And I said I'm going to do a whole series on fretboard mastery. We're going to go through learning where the notes are, how to turn the notes into scales, how to construct the chords and arpeggios all over the fretboard, and most importantly, how to tie it all together so that you understand how keys work and all the stuff behind the music theory and how it translates to the fretboard here. I'm going to be posting these videos every couple of days, and I'm going to really smash it out. And of course, with your support through liking, sharing, and subscribing, it lets me know to keep on doing that. So to keep up to date, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in part number 2, where we're going to dive into the flat notes and the sharp notes and how we can incorporate them into this exercise. Beyond that, we're going to be taking a look at scales, chords, arpeggios, and a ton of my best exercises to help you memorize everything and master the fretboard. I'll see you in the next video.